This meeting is being recorded.
Doing that thing, and then I'll mute you guys. Going for some deep power today.
I have all the little musical instruments.
I'm gonna do it today.
Some I don't know what they are. The one in a canister. What are those?
Those are just little chimes.
They're chimes.
Yeah. They're nice chimes. They're freaking expensive chimes. They're like $60 a pop. Yeah, that company has like tons of them. They probably have like 50 different ones that make different sounds. But yeah, they're expensive. You could look inside of it. Oh, you can tell. Yeah, it's just like little, just like little metal things, and that thing bops around in there. Yeah, so they all have like different, like they have all these different ones. Like this one's a sun. This one has a marijuana leaf on it, which I thought was funny. I'm like, do they know what that is? Yeah, they're all little different. Well, they have exactly like what they, I don't know. EGBC, EGBC. I love chimes too. No, I love them. I love that.
I do too, but I realized.
I think it's great. Where's the peeps? You think anyone else is coming? I guess, huh? Because you want to go out and do like bike ridings.
I did. If I'm in the group,
doing yoga in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but during.
Yeah.
But I have to.
Yeah. Now it's. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it, I suppose. You should do on YouTube my deep core work. It's just 20 minutes. I did it yesterday because somebody asked me to make them a video that was like a core video that was, and I am freaking sore today. It's so hard. Like, shit. I don't know if you want. Tell me how it goes. Today when I was driving, like every time I like lean forward, I'm like, oh. Really? I know. I rarely get my abs sore, but they wanted like lower abdominal stuff. That's what they asked for. And that shit is real. It's like the hard. Yeah. Like bicycle. Yeah. Give it a try. Let me know. All right, friends. Feel like it's a sparse class today. But I'll take you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll take you. I'm like, no, I'm so happy you guys are here. I think maybe I like gave people the impression I would be gone today. I don't know, but I'll be gone this weekend. So Sunday, Rachel is subbing my Sunday class, just FYI. And then I'll be back next week. And I have glow yoga next Saturday if you're interested. Just a fun little thing. And yeah, let's just practice yoga, I guess. That's why we're here. Let's start laying down today. So go ahead and just lie down on your back. Lie down. And once you're on your back, it might feel really nice just to stretch your arms long, your legs long. Any little movements that would feel good, go for it. And then as you are ready, just find a place where you can rest. So maybe you want to bring your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Maybe you want to bring your feet together, knees apart. Maybe you just want to extend your legs forward and your arms out by your sides. So whatever position feels nice for you to just relax. And then close your eyes. And let's just take 3 big deep breaths together. So next time you breathe in, very intentionally, fill up as big as you can. Take a moment to pause at the top of the breath, maybe even sip in a little bit extra. And then big sigh when you're ready, just let it go. Ah. Good, again, just like that. Great big huge inhale. Breathe down into your toes, out into your fingers, up into the crown of your head. Hold, let that breath circulate around inside of you. And then open your mouth and big sigh to release. Ah. Good, one more, just like that. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Just really wake your body up with this breath. See if you can take an extra little sip in. And then let it go, sigh it out. Ah. Seal your lips now and begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose. A little constriction in the back of your throat to regulate the breath. And start to make that whisper noise with your breath, that oceanic sound. And see if you can feel every single inhale move all the way down into your low belly and your low back. Every exhalation, see if you can exhale all the way to emptiness. So be right here, just resting on your back, just breathing, tuning in to the rise and fall of your breath, to any sensations that are present for you today, any emotions that might be present for you. So just becoming more aware, paying more attention to what's flowing through. And then keep your breath flowing just like this. And draw your knees in towards your belly. Find a little rock from side to side. So give your low back just a nice little massage against the ground. If you want, you can rock around in little tiny circles, just tracing the outline of your sacrum against the ground. Or you could even move your knees in different directions, getting into your hips a little bit more. And then eventually, bring your knees to stack over your hips and your shins parallel to the ground. So it's like a reverse tabletop. Bring your arms out to both sides. So tee out your arms. Feet active, squeeze your legs together. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, just slowly move both of your legs over to the right, but keep them hovering above the ground. So go as far as you can without setting your legs down. Stay as you breathe in. See if you can keep the backs of your shoulders rooted down. And then exhale to slowly bring your knees back to center. Inhale, center, squeeze your legs together, maybe flex your toes or point your toes. So active feet, and exhale over to the left as far as you can go without letting your legs touch, without letting your right shoulder lift. Stay as you breathe in, squeeze your legs together. And then slow and smooth, bring your knees back to center. Inhale, center, extend your left leg up, keep your right knee bent, feet active, and exhale, legs over to the right, ever so slowly, as far as you can go without letting them touch the ground. Stay as you breathe in, see if you can keep the back of your left shoulder rooted down. And exhale, slowly bring it back to center. Inhale, switch your legs. So right leg straight, left knee bends. And exhale over to the left. Hovering right above the ground, active through your feet. Stay for your inhale. And then exhale, slow and smooth. Bring it back to center. Inhale, see if you can extend both legs up. You can bend your knees as much as you need to so it doesn't pull on your low back. And then exhale over to the right. Squeeze your legs together like you have a big mermaid tail. Stay as you inhale. Backs of your shoulders are rooted, and then exhale back up. Neutral spine as you breathe in. Active feet, squeeze your legs, and exhale to the left. Hovering right above the ground. Stay for your inhale. And exhale ever so slowly. Bring your legs back up. Good job, you guys. Inhale, center, and then exhale, just let your legs fall over to the right. You can bend your knees as much as you want to this time. Let them touch the ground. So coming into a nice supine twist. If you want, right hand to the outside of your left thigh. You can apply a little bit of gentle pressure, leverage, gaze up or over your left shoulder, and big deep breaths into your belly. Soft through your face and your jaw and your forehead. One last round on this side. And then at the end of your exhalation, bring your knees back through center and maybe give them a little squeeze or take a little rock, just kind of neutralizing your pelvis, your spine, and then over to the left. Bend your knees as much as you want, straighten your legs as much as you want. You can let them relax on the ground this time. Left hand to the outside of your right thigh. If you'd like to add that gentle leverage, gaze up or over your right shoulder. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Nice job, friends. Maybe a couple more rounds. When you feel pretty much even on both sides, bring your knees back up. And again, just that little rock from side to side for a moment. And then eventually set yourself up for a bridge pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent, feet hips width distance apart, all 10 toes face directly forward. Your ankles come straight down from your knees, arms by your sides. Exhale, pull your belly button down and scoop your tailbone up. And then inhale to slowly peel your spine off of your mat. When you get to the top of your bridge, if you want to work your shoulders underneath you, kind of rock back and forth, maybe interlace your fingers underneath you, or take robot arms, bend your elbows, palms face each other, fingertips face the sky. Take about 5 deep breaths into your bridge pose. Hug in with your inner thighs like you're holding an invisible block. Root down into your heels and the inner edges of your feet, especially. Maybe even pick up your toes and spread them apart. See if you can feel and possibly even see your breath expanding into your belly. So stretching, opening through your front body, through the front of your hip, stretching your abdominal wall after that little bit of core work. Soft through your face, press down through the back of your head. So there's a tiny little lift of your chin up towards the sky. Good job, you guys. Take about 2 more rounds. And then if you do have your shoulders underneath you, stay in your bridge, but work your shoulders up from under you. And everybody extend your arms just straight up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale as you reach your arms up. Keep your arms as they are, and ever so slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll back down. Nice work. Once you are back in a neutral spine position, hug your knees in once again. Take your little rock side to side, And then we're gonna meet on hands and knees. So you can either find your own way there, or you can start to rock and roll forward and back. Maybe take a few rocks, like 5 or 6, make them as smooth as you can, staying in control so you feel like you could stop at any time. And then eventually just rock up, cross your ankles in front of you and roll over your feet, coming forward to your hands and your knees. And you'll probably have to crawl back a little bit to get nice and centered on your mat. Once you are there, start moving through either cat-cows, maybe some hip circles. So really just anything that feels good from your hands and your knees, anything that your body is calling for. Yeah, maybe a child's pose. Maybe a heart opener like cobra or up dog or a variation of it. So just feeling around and reconnecting to your slow, deep breaths if you've lost it. So big, spacious inhales, long, strong, slow exhales all the way to emptiness. Give yourself about 3, 4, maybe 5 more rounds here. And then eventually back to downward facing dog. No rush. Once you're back in down dog, a few deep breaths just to feel around, pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side, give your head a little shake or a little nod. Really work into the length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. Feel into the space in your shoulders and the strength in your shoulders. Nice, Jane. See if you can feel a connection to your center. So like there's an invisible rope pulling up on your belly button, tugging back. Big deep breaths to hold and support you in your down dog. Nice, you guys. Stay for another breath or two, however long you would like. Then eventually just crawl your hands all the way back. Come into a forward fold. So all the weight will eventually be in your feet, forward fold position. I would recommend feet at least hips width distance apart for this first one. And if you would like, maybe you wanna take ragdoll, grab opposite elbows or fold your arms overhead. Maybe you wanna bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Give the back of your neck some traction. You can sway or bob or bounce it out. So try as much as you can not to rock back into your heels. Heels are very light against the ground. So if I had a little piece of paper, I came up behind you, I wanted to slide it underneath your heels. It'd be really easy for you to just lift them off the ground, no problem. Use the strength in your core to lift your butt as high as you can and to hold you as you work that. So lift your sit bones and feel your core engage. Butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground, big deep breaths. Next time you inhale, excuse me, find a halfway lift position. So spine long, back of your neck long. Press back through the tops of your thighs. Exhale, fold. Do that one more time. Halfway lift, crown forward, butt back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold and bow. And then come through your halfway lift and take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky as you inhale. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up, high mountain, stretch tall. And exhale, take your slow dive down, traction out your spine, then fold in. Nice, you guys. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way up, arms reach, grow tall, maybe even gaze up. Hands back to your heart center, connect back with you. This time, inhale, stretch your arms up. And then pause right here, grab your left wrist with your right hand, and take a side body stretch over to the right, send your hips to the left. Keep your left shoulder back and down so it's plugged into the socket. And maybe reach your right tiptoes really lightly out to the right. So imagine a crescent moon shape and try to create it with your body. Yeah, nice, Liz. Breathe into your left waistline, rib cage. Awesome, Chris. Take one more big deep breath. And inhale, back to center, both feet on the ground. Switch your grips. Grab your right wrist this time. And same thing, up and then over. So more weight in your right foot, hips go right. Keep your right shoulder plugged in. If you want to reach your left tiptoes out, keep them very light. Good, and then breathe into your right side. How much length can you create? And can you increase that length and space just by breathing bigger and deeper? Nice job. Take one more round. You guys look great. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. So make sure your shoulders don't roll forward to get your clasp, but they roll back. Shoulder blades hug towards your spine. And if you can, reach your hands back away from your body. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. It's going to be different for everybody. Stay where you're at or add just a little baby back bend. Puff up through your chest. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Press your hips gently forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more in-breath. Nice, Tracy. As you exhale, keep your hands clasped. Hinge at your hips. Take it all the way down into your fold. Bend your knees a lot if that feels better. Butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. And then see if you can still feel that opening in the front of your shoulders. So your shoulders aren't rolling forward. They're nice and open. Maybe lift your knuckles higher. Maybe start to reach your knuckles slightly towards the front wall. Take one more inhale. Good job. Exhale, hands to your low back. Then release your clasp. Nice, Lily. Find your halfway lift position. Inhale. And then from your halfway lift, start to crawl your hands. So bring your hands or your fingertips down and crawl them forward mindfully, slowly, coming into a plank position. So top of a push-up, shoulders over wrist, spread your fingers wide, push the ground away. Take a great big inhale and rock forward onto your tippy toes, or your knees can come down to modify. Ever so slowly lower down to your belly. Strong through your arms, strong through your belly. Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out really wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face up. Inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, take a little twist to your right side. Left shoulder dips down. Inhale, press into your fingertips, lift your heart, navel to the spine. Exhale, other side, twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Lift just as high as feels right to you. And then exhale, release, let it go. However you want to make the transition, downward facing dog. Few deep breaths in your down dog. Feel free to move a little bit, explore, feel around, or just be still. There's lots of little tiny movements inside of your body. So maybe you tune into those. Maybe you make little tiny micro adjustments from the inside. So feel whatever there is to feel. Notice whatever there is to notice. And see if you can make the pose work for you. So you're not cranking your body into a pose that your body's not ready for. But you're adjusting so that it feels just right. Maybe that means you bend your knees a lot. Maybe that means you widen your feet or widen your hands. Big deep breaths. Yeah, like it, Liz. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. And this time, exhale, look to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your halfway lift position, lengthen out. Nice, Lily. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Arms reach up, big full body stretch. And hands to heart center as you exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. And then this time, sit back into chair pose, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Bring your feet hips width distance apart if they're not already. All 10 toes face forward. And we're going to twist. So left hand in between your feet to the ground or a block, right arm to the sky. And if this feels like a little bit too much, you could also bring your left forearm across your thighs. So twisting from your center, reach your butt back, crown forward, spine stays long. And keep your knees nice and even, nice and flush with one another. Weight in your heels. Breathe down into your belly. And as you exhale, see if you can twist just a little bit further from the inside. So use your exhale to ring out from the inside. Take 2 more rounds. Sitting back deeply. Weight in your heels. Maybe even pick up your toes, spread them apart. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Very end of your second exhalation. Forward fold, let it go. From your forward fold, grab hold of your big toes. So bend your knees as much as you need to so you can reach them. Peace fingers around your big toes. And you can keep that big bend in your knees, but see if you can find a halfway lift. So stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward. Press back through the tops of your thighs, inhale. And then as you exhale, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. So use that leverage of your hands, pulling gently on your toes. Your elbows might reach out to the sides a little bit. Yeah. Breathe here, about 2 or 3 breaths. So it's an active forward fold. You're working it every single time. You inhale, you create space. Every single time you exhale, you move a little deeper into that space. Use your core to lift your sit bones. Take one last round, working into your fold. Dive as deep as you can. And then end of your exhale, release your toes. Take another halfway lift. Inhale here, and then exhale. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause in plank, and you choose side plank or modified side plank. Right hand is your foundation. So you can roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or if you feel like bringing your right knee down today, totally fine. Open towards the windows. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, then lift your hips super high. Nice, Chris. Maybe reach your left arm forward towards me, towards the front of the room. Feel that length in your left side. Maybe even float your left leg up. As you float your left leg up, see if you can lift your hips even higher. Good. Take one more big, huge breath. Nice job, everybody. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, and exhale to slowly lower down. Inhale, lift your heart, back bend of your choice. And exhale back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, bring your feet a little bit wider, about the width of your yoga mat. And maybe walk them just a teeny tiny bit closer, like an inch or so. Take your right hand, reach around to grab the back of your left ankle or the outside of your left ankle. Use that as gentle leverage to twist and gaze underneath your left armpit. Yeah. Nice, Cam. Keep lifting your hips really high. So feel your connection to center. You guys look so good. Keep breathing. Press down firmly through your left hand, strong through your left shoulder. See if you can take 2 more breaths here. Work your twist with your exhale. Nice job. After your 2 breaths, regular down dog. So bring your right hand to the ground. And maybe just take a moment to kind of readjust, to walk it out, to feel, to notice. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, softly and slowly, step your right foot forward, low lunge. And then stay low for now. Left hand on the ground, right arm up for revolve lunge. So find your twist, legs strong, especially your back leg. Keep your back leg strong and powerful, almost like the power of the entire pose is coming out of your back leg. See if you can start to lighten the load on your left hand, and then slowly see if you can keep your twist and rise all the way up. So you'll be in a turbo twist. Bend your back knee once you've arrived. And imagine you're trying to pull your back thigh forward and your front hip back. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Maybe even gaze back over your right fingertips. Take one more breath. Twist a little bit further. End of your exhale, crescent lunge. So unwind, arms to the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, open up into a warrior 2 stance. So pivot your back heel down. Oh my gosh, Christine, so glad you're here. So take a moment, right toes face forward, left toes face to the left. Wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body. And if you need to, look down at your feet, make any adjustments. So if you need to kind of step them out wider or step them onto a balance beam, take your time to do so. Good job, you guys. Next inhalation, reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up. Reach up and lengthen. Reach back slightly. So working the length in your right side. Remember, this is a side body stretch, not a back bend. So try to keep your hips open rather than trying to square them off. So pull this back, yeah. And then breathe, lengthen space into your right side. Good, you guys. Take one more big, huge inhale, reaching through your fingertips. And then exhale, come back to your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, set up for triangle. So if you want to, you can shorten your stance by 1 inch or so. Imagine there's a rope attached to your back hip. It's pulling towards the back wall. And then right fingertips reach for the front wall. It's like you're being pulled in 2 opposite directions. Go as far as you can, and then right hand towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. Try to keep everything open. So hips open, shoulders open, heart open. Option to reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear, and feel the length in your left side. Nice, Tracy. If you can hold the integrity of the pose in your legs, maybe take your right arm forward as well. So both arms reach forward. It's like you're holding a block in between your palms. Take 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Strong through your legs. If you're reaching forward, strong through your abdominals, your side abdominals, your obliques. Nice work, everybody. From your triangle pose, slowly, mindfully, start a transition into balancing half moon. Bend your front knee, reach your right hand forward, back leg floats up. You're more than welcome to use a block under your right hand. Yeah, nice, Cam. Keep your hips open. Keep your heart open. Legs strong and powerful, like you're stomping it on the back wall. Good. If you look back, you should be able to see your toes. So don't press your leg too far behind you. Take one more huge breath. Maybe inhale, lift a little higher. End of your exhale, forward fold, nice and easy. Set your left foot down, top of your space. You can give your right leg a little shake out. Good job, friends. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. And maybe you lift your heels intentionally. Maybe you press your heels down intentionally. So curl in, get really small. If you want, you can wrap your arms around your shins. Breathe into your back body, back ribs. As you exhale, super compact, get as small as possible, draw navel to spine, take one more round. Inhale, halfway lift. So heels down, spine long, widen your stance, feet hips width distance. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, take it all the way up, arms reach, big full body stretch. Hands to heart center, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. And again, chair pose, sit back. So weight in your heels. And whenever you're ready, find your twist. Right hand down this time, left arm up. So right hand in between your feet to a block or the ground. Your butt sticks out behind you. Top of your head reaches forward so your spine is long. Good. Keep your weight back in your heels. See if you can pick up your toes, spread them apart. So really active and alive through your feet. Knees stay level, even with one another. So how can you adjust if your right knee is forward of your left? How can you shift? Take 2 more rounds of breath, maybe sitting a little deeper, maybe twisting a little more. Perhaps you gaze up at your left hand, open through the left side of your heart. Very end of your second exhale, take it all the way to emptiness and then fold, unwind. This time from your forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your arms outside of your legs and then behind your legs. So hands behind ankles, forearms behind calves, elbows behind knees. Once you've got that, press arms into legs, legs back into arms, and see if you can start to work your legs towards straight, butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Use your core. So again, it's an active forward fold. Breathe into your back body. Imagine you can send your breath down the backs of your legs. Relax your neck, soften your face. Feel that connection to your center. Couple more breaths right here, working your fold. Let it be a little uncomfortable. So find your edge and then breathe into it. Soften around it. Ah, good job. End of your next exhalation. Again, all the way to emptiness and then release. Halfway lift. Realign your spine. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank, and then side plank, left hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, or feel free to take a modified side plank instead with your left knee down, no big deal. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, lift your hips really high. Maybe take your right arm forward, feel the length in your right side. Nice, Liz. Maybe even float your right leg up. As you float your right leg up, see if you can lift your hips even higher. Good, awesome. Where's your breath? Are you still breathing big, deep, spacious? Take one more round. Very nice. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Little tiny rock forward onto your tiptoes, and then exhale to lower. Back bend of your choice. Lift your heart. Make it feel good. So if you want an extra breath, feel free. And then downward facing dog. And just like we did before, walk your feet out a little bit wider, maybe a tiny bit closer to your hands. Left hand reaches back, grabs the outside of your right ankle. If your ankle feels like too much, maybe you just grab the back of your calf or even the back of your knee. So as low as you can go. And then use that as gentle leverage. Twist and gaze underneath your right armpit. Keep your right arm strong, your right shoulder strong. Keep lifting from your center. Breathe. Nice, Jane. Work the pose with your breath. Last couple rounds. You guys look so good. Nice work. Very end of your next exhale, all the way to empty, and then let it go. Regular down dog. Take a moment to readjust. So maybe readjust your legs a little bit, walk it out, feel around. Inhale, left leg to the sky, strong and powerful, lots of length. And then exhale, step your left foot all the way up, top of your space. Staying low, right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky, revolve lunge. So try not to twist with your legs or with your arms, but rather from your center, right underneath your rib cage is where you want to feel it. Imagine you're pulling your left hip towards the back wall, but at the same time, left knee is magnetized to your right armpit. Take 1 or 2 more breaths and see if you can start to lighten the load on your right hand. And then keep your twist and slowly rise all the way up to stand. So you'll be in a turbo twist. Back knee bends once you arrive. Hover your back leg or your shin above the ground. And imagine you're trying to pull your back thigh forward. Maybe even gaze back over your left fingertips for a balance challenge. Breathe down into your belly. And as you exhale, work your twist a little further. Last big deep breath. Inhale, crescent lunge, unwind, reach up. And exhale, warrior 2, open up. So pivot your back heel down. Take a moment if you need to. You can readjust your legs. So you might gaze down at your feet. Make any adjustments that will feel better in your body. Wrap your left butt cheek underneath you. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Next inhalation, reverse warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach back. Yeah, good. So much better, Liz. Nice job. So feel into the length of your left side and breathe into that length. Try not to press your back hip forward. So keep your pelvis nice and neutral while allowing your hips to open. Soft through your face, not straining, not forcing, just gently encouraging more length. One more big inhale, maybe bend your front knee a little deeper. Reach, exhale, nice cam, back to warrior 2. Straighten out your front leg, setting up for triangle. So if you want to, shorten your stance just a little tiny bit, not much. Imagine that rope pulling on your hips. It's pulling towards the back wall. And at the same time, you reach towards the front wall. So opposite directions when you can't reach any further. Left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Stay as open as possible. So open through your hips, open through your heart, through your shoulders. Option to take your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Feel the length in your right side. And then if and only if you can keep the integrity of the pose, keep your strong legs. Option to reach your left arm forward as well. So like you're holding an invisible block in between your hands. Yes, wherever you're at, 2 more breaths. Feel the length in your legs. If you're reaching forward, feel the strength in your left side abdominals. Awesome job, friends. End of your next exhale, transition into your balancing half moon. You can take your time. Left hand reaches forward. Maybe you use a block. Does anybody want a block that doesn't have one? Bring you one. Okay, so back legs strong. And remember, you want to be able to look back and see your toes. So if you look back and your foot is somewhere behind you, you can't see your toes, see if you can adjust. So you want a strong, powerful line of energy. Yeah, right hip is stacked on top of left, right shoulder is stacked on top of left. Heart is wide open. Good job. See if you can lift your back leg a little bit higher. Awesome, Christine. Take one more big inhale, lengthen, lift, open. And then exhale, nice and easy, forward fold, top of your space. Give your left leg a little shake out. Bring your big toes together, little gap in between your heels. Find your tiny little potato bug ball, tuck and curl. So get small, compact, breathe into your back ribs as you inhale. Exhale, find your very, very center, navel to spine. Maybe wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze. Nice job, friends. Take one more breath. Exhale all the way to empty, as small as you can get. And then inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. You can widen your stance if you want to. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand, arms to the sky, stretch it up. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then working with balance here, right foot roots down, left knee lifts, standing staff. So find activation through your left foot. Yeah. Flex your toes, hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, twist. Right hand to the outside of left knee, left arm back behind you. Squeeze your inner thighs, and you can use your hand against your legs or your leg as leverage to twist further. Final option only if you want to take it. Grab hold of your left foot and start to extend your left leg forward. You can grab the outer edge or peace fingers around big toe. Only extend as much as you can without rounding your spine. So keep your spine tall, twisting from your center, breathing into your belly. Yes, beautiful. Broaden through the front of your shoulders and your collarbones. Possibly gaze back over your left hand. Take one more deep breath. Nice work, friends. Slowly unwind, arms to the sky. Now listen, outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Sit back into a one-legged chair or take it into a one-legged forward fold. So flex your left toes, figure four with your legs. Yeah, and wherever you want to go here. You've got a block, you can bring your hands to your block. Keep actively pressing your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. Send your breath down into your hips. Flexion through your left toes. Thanks, Christine. Just be here. Feel whatever there is to feel. Notice whatever there is to notice. Soften around your hard edges. If you fall out, no big deal. That's part of the practice. Come back in when you're ready. Couple more. Good job, friends. See if you can stay balanced just a tiny bit longer on your right foot and slowly rise back up to standing staff. Inhale, lift your left knee up. Now listen, as you exhale, you're going to set up for a pyramid pose. So step your left foot back just about a foot or 2 feet behind your right. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lead with your heart all the way down into pyramid pose. You can leave your hands at your hips if that helps. You want to work your hips towards square, so keep pulling your right hip back. Or you can bring your hands to the ground or your front shin or a block or blocks. Forehead towards your front shin, nose towards your knee. And then every single exhale, belly button pulls in and up. And from that place, dive just a little bit deeper, fold just a little bit further. Yeah. Nice, Chris. Good job, you guys. Take 3 more rounds and see if there's any more length you can create in your front leg. Yeah. Very nice. End of your next exhalation. Listen here. Walk your hands forward so you can bend your front knee. Walk your hands forward. Float your back leg to the sky just for a moment. Standing splits. So active through your left foot. Flex, point, or floint. Take one more inhale, lift, lengthen. And then as you exhale, step your left toes all the way back so you're in a low lunge position. From low lunge, hands to the inside of right foot. Bring your right foot out to the width of your mat or maybe even onto the hardwood floor. You can keep your back knee lifted or bring your back knee down and see if you can start to work your upper body towards the ground, your heart towards the ground. You want to pivot your right toes out to the right. or even roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, feel free. Very nice, friends. Try to keep your front knee above or behind your ankle. It's not inherently bad to bring your knee forward, but what happens is the mobility just then is coming from your knee and your ankle rather than your hip. So we want to keep it in our hip. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths, allowing yourself to be with the discomfort here. I know it's a lot. For most of us, this is not a comfortable position. So can you just be with that? Use your breath, soften with your exhales. Very nice. You guys look so good. Open mouth size, always welcome. Rise back up to your hands. And everybody set your back knee down gently. Take your right arm, reach it forward, up, and back. So you're twisting and reaching back. Perfect place to stay, or option to bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. And then from here, you can either work this pose, maybe walk your left hand out, open your heart up. I like to come down to my left forearm even. So work it in your own way, or maybe you're staying just in your twist, reaching back. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, good. Wherever you're at, about 2 more deep breaths. Nice. Awesome job, everybody. See if you can let go without flinging your foot out of your hand. So nice and easy, end of your next exhale, release, unwind. Bring your hands back down underneath your shoulders. Lift your back knee up again, and then work your right leg back. You're in a plank position. From plank position, lower down to your forearms, forearm plank. Elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide. Or if you want to modify, you can make a little tripod with your hands. Very nice. Nice, Lily. Draw your belly button in and up. Breathe into your back body. See if you can keep your elbows exactly where they're at. So don't let them drift apart. Start to walk your toes in and lift your hips up, dolphin pose. Imagine an invisible rope. It's pulling straight up on your belly button. Get your toes as close as you can, your hips as high as you can. Stay here or take your right leg to the sky. So use your right leg to lift you out of your shoulders. Try to press your chest back. Yes, very nice. Strong right leg, active right foot. 2 more big, deep, powerful breaths. You can exhale out your mouth if you want. Ah, amazing, you guys. After your 2 more breaths, right foot down, knees down, take a rest. So child's, embryo, puppy, heroes, whatever you'd like. You can take a moment to just breathe. Send your breath down into your low back. Let your shoulders relax. If it would feel nice, couple open mouth sighs, just letting go. Ah. Good job, you guys. As you are ready, downward facing dog. So use your powerful breath, your Ujjayi breath, to power you through the rest of your practice, to carry you from the inside. Take a big inhale into your down dog. Push the ground away, fill up, and exhale, look forward, however you want to get there, top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift once you've arrived. How much length can you create? Nice trace. And exhale, bow, let it go, refold. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Great big full body stretch, inhale. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right, working with our balance again. Left foot roots down, right knee lifts up. Take your arms to the sky, standing staff. So find your balance first. Maybe focus your gaze on something. Hug in with your inner thighs. Flex your right toes. Take one more inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Left hand to the outside of your right leg. Right arm back behind you. Stay nice and tall through your spine. Squeeze your inner thighs and use the leverage of your hand against your leg to work your twist. Perfect place to stay, or grab hold of your right foot with your left hand, outer edge or peace fingers around big toe, and start to extend, pressing out through your heel. Squeeze through your inner thighs, lengthen your spine, so only extend as much as you can without rounding your back. Yeah. You want a great big huge balance challenge. See if you can gaze back over your right hand behind you. Broaden through your shoulders, collarbones. Take one more round. And then slowly unwind back to standing staff. Arms reach up. Inhale here. And as you exhale, figure four. Sit back into your one-legged chair or take it all the way down into a forward fold variation. Hands to the ground or maybe hands to your block. Keep the flexion in your right toes. Keep actively pressing your outer ankle into the top of your knee. Balance, I know, is hard. Some people have very strong feelings about balancing. See if you can just be with it as a practice. Know that it's good for you. If you fall out, awesome. That means you're challenging yourself. Come back in when you're ready. Take about 3 more deep breaths. Send your breath all the way down into your hips. Nice work. Awesome job, friends. See if possibly you can stay balanced on your left leg just a little bit longer and start to rise back up. Standing staff, arms to the sky, right knee lifts. Inhale here, awesome, Cam. Pyramid pose, so step your right foot back about 1 to 2 feet. So set up your stance the way you like it. Both feet flat on the ground, hands to your hips. And you might even gaze down, see that your hips are square. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. As you are ready, on an exhalation, dive down. So heart leads, left hip pulls back, and then release into the fold. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee. Navel towards your spine at the bottom of each exhale, and that's where you work your pose. Dive just a little deeper with each exhalation. Nice, Christine. Really good, you guys. Yeah, just like that. Nice work. Good, Janie. So bend your knee a little bit and then think of pressing back. Yeah, for me. Good job. It's any different, I don't know. Let's stay rooted through the inner edge. Nice job, Chris. Good, everybody. Take about 3 more rounds, working the length in your front leg. Press back through the very, very top of your thigh. And imagine there's a rope attached to your left butt cheek that's pulling up towards the sky. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your foot rather than rolling onto the outer edge. You guys look so good. Nice awareness of your hips. Take one last round. Use your exhale to dive as deep as you can. End of your exhale, bend your front knee as much as you need to. Walk your hands forward. Float your back leg to the sky. Standing splits. So just for a moment, right leg lifts, lengthen, active through your right foot. Soften your face. One more big, huge inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And then low lunge, step your right foot all the way back, as soft as you can. Hands to the inside. Once you're in your lunge, bring your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your mat, or maybe even wider onto the hardwood floor. Back knee can stay lifted or come down. It's up to you. Start to let your heart melt towards the ground. If you come down to your forearms, see if you can keep most of your weight in your left forearm rather than kind of rocking onto your right side and collapsing. Left toes can rotate out to the left. You might roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Just keep your ankles strong. And if this is super uncomfortable, can you be with that? Can you breathe into it? Soften around it. So know that it's only temporary, and use your big deep breaths to tell your body, it's okay. I know you're uncomfortable, but you can relax. You're safe. Open mouth size, always welcome. Take about 3 more rounds. Awesome job, friends. Heart just melts towards the ground. One final breath. Then lift back up to your hands. Set your back knee down if it's not already. Keep your right hand on the ground, but reach your left arm forward, up, and then back. So you're doing a little twist. Perfect place to stay, or option to bend your right knee, grab hold of the outer edge of your right foot. You might work it from here, open through your heart, or I like to come down to my right forearm and then work it open. So find your own variation. Yeah. Awesome, Chris. Really good, you guys. So your heart wants to look up at the sky. Beautiful. Take 2 more rounds, your pose. Feel whatever there is to feel. Breathe all the way down into your hips. And then try not to just slingshot your foot out of your hand. End of your next exhalation. Let it go. Unwind. Hands back to the ground underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And then work your left foot back to plank position. From your plank position, lower down onto your forearms. Keep your core really strong as you lower down. So forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, or you can tripod your hands if you want. Find the connection to your center, navel to spine. Press into the belly of your forearms. Do not let your elbows drift apart. Start to walk your toes towards your elbows and lift your hips towards the sky. Don't let your shoulders come forward of your elbows. Once you are in your dolphin pose, option to take your left leg up. So use your left leg like you're stomping your foot on the ceiling. Use it to take weight out of your arms, out of your shoulders. Press your chest towards the back wall. Lift from your center. Breathe. About 2 or 3 more breaths. You're so much stronger than your mind tells you are. This is so good for your shoulders and your upper back. Use your left leg to lift you up. One last round. Side out your mouth if you want. Left foot down, knees down. Take a rest. Child's, embryo, puppy, heroes. Breathe down into low back. And just let yourself be held by the ground. Nice and slow and steady with your breath. And in your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. Just walk it out in your dog pose. Feel all the space and length you've created. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And pigeon pose as you're ready. Bring your right shin forward, set your body down gently. If you know that this pose works better for you in a seat or on your back, you're more than welcome to take it there. So wherever you choose to go, set yourself up intentionally. And then just use each breath to settle in a little bit more. Nice, Lily. Breathe all the way down into your hips. Nice job, everybody. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds. That was good. We mostly worry about this one, but yeah, it's never bad to be active. Can you get this leg back and up? Yeah. So like 290 degrees in your legs. Yeah, try that. Forward or think heart towards your big toes, like a little bit. But you can play around. It just, yeah, it's just a little different. Yeah, good job. Good job, friends. About 2 more deep breaths. Feel free to exhale out your mouth. And then slowly, end of your next exhale, start to lift back up. If you're in regular pigeon, find your way back to a 3-legged down dog. If you're in your own variation, you choose. You can come back to down dog, or you can just take your own little neutralizing movements in between sides. Once you're in 3-legged dog, give your right leg a nice shake out, maybe open through your hip. If you want, you can even flip your dog as a counter pose if that would feel good in your body. And then eventually just regular down dog and walk it out, no rush. Thanks, Tracy. Good, everyone. I'm just going to let you, in your own time, move into your pigeon with your left shin forward or your left shin on top. And just like you did on the other side, attention, awareness to set yourself up to find the structure of the pose. And then soften around that strong structure, breath by breath. Thanks, Tracy. Good job, friends. Take about 5 more breaths. You can sigh it out your mouth anytime if it feels like a lot. There's too much sensation, too much energy. Give it somewhere to go. I'm going to leave it up to you since you all came into it at slightly different times. When you feel pretty even on both sides, no rush. Just start transitioning back to one final 3-legged dog. Any movement you want to take to get there, or once you're there, maybe a shake out, maybe circle your knee around or flip your dog. And then one final down dog, one final vinyasa if you want it as well. And if you were taking a different variation, you'd rather just meet us down on our back, that's totally fine. You can find your way onto your back. Good job, friends. And if you are working with down dog, once you're there, just pedal it out. Breathe into all the space and length you have created through your practice. And after a couple breaths in down dog, everybody start your own transition onto your back. You can get there however you want. You can face whichever direction you'd like. And then just like we did at the very beginning of our practice, knees towards your belly, rock it out gently. And after a few rocks, set up for one last heart opener. So we did bridge already. You're either going to take another bridge, or if full wheel upward facing bow is in your practice and you'd like to go there, please feel free. So I'll cue for bridge, feet on the ground with knees bent, feet hips width distance apart, arms down by your sides, all 10 toes face forward. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and inhale, slowly peel your spine off your mat. 5 rounds, wherever you want to take it. So you can work your shoulders underneath you, you can interlace your fingers, you can take robot arms, you can lift and lower just your butt a few times. So any little exploration, variation, full back bend if you want. Nice work, everyone. Heart is open. Front of your hips are open. Nice, Chris. Hug in with your inner thighs. Last couple breaths. And then come out of it however you want to, but just do it mindfully, nice and easy, all the way back down to a neutral spine position. And once you are in a neutral spine position, no rush. Nice, Lizzie. Windshield wiper pose. So tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground, feet mat width distance apart. That'll open up some space in your low back. Just side to side. And go slowly so you can really feel your hips. Breathe down into your low back. And after a few rounds of windshield wipers, Come back to center. Might feel nice to rest just with your feet wide and knees together for a moment. Eventually work into a happy baby pose. Rock in your happy baby, maybe even extend one leg and then the other, both at the same time. If there are any other stretches, movements, poses, anything else that you want to move through, give yourself a few rounds of breath to do so, and then start making your way into your final relaxation. So as you move into your final relaxation, my thought for you, it's simple yet profound. Just says overthinking and analyzing feelings is not the same thing as feeling. It's how I was taught to avoid feeling. Overthinking and analyzing feelings is not the same thing as feeling. It's how I was taught to avoid feeling. So for these last few moments, see if you can let go of trying to figure anything out. Let go of analyzing. Let go of needing to explain, even to yourself. And just allow yourself to really feel from the inside. Get curious about what feeling feels like. So as I play my bowls, just let those vibrations move through you. And anything that wants to come, let it come. Anything that wants to go, let it go. Just feeling whatever there is to feel in the vast spaciousness of your body. Take a great big inhale. And let it go. Ah. And just start to bring gentle movement back into fingers, toes, just anything that would feel good. Kind of wake your body back up. Roll onto either side, fetal position. Just take one last moment to really feel what's inside of you. To let the energy from your practice, from that sound bath, really settle inside of you. And then ease your way up into a seated position, facing forward. Eyes closed, hands gathered to your own heart. And just bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for taking the time to show up and do your practice. I thank you guys so much for being here and letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Love you. Thanks, Tracy. All right, my friends. Another one down. Good job. Thanks, guys. Thank